What's up? Well, it's your boy Tommy Mav, and I came to give you guys my slaying smarts for this week and maybe for this month. I don't know, but I'm speaking on the whole trend, the downward trend of WWE since Roman Reigns left. Tried to give it a couple weeks before I actually made a declaration that it's probably going to crap. These guys have really nothing to talk about. If you look at a lot of the IWC Smarks, what I've been hearing is Roman. For the most part, they've been keeping Roman Reigns out of it. But as I said before, once Roman Reigns leave, it's really nothing for them to talk about. So they needed Roman Reigns as much as WWE needed Roman Reigns, because now it's like the whole interest in wrestling is waning, because half of the time, half of the people only watched it because they had a couple of stars. But when you take Roman Reigns out of the equation, you're left with a bunch of B stars. And it's like that it sucked, because I knew it was going to go down, because you have to think back on all those times when Roman Reigns had injuries or was suspended or anything of that ilk. He ended up having to leave. Whenever he had to leave, their ratings always suffered. And right now, their third hour is at a 2.1. You know, they're almost in 1.9. They're in 2.1. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it was so much better, but like I said before, whether Roman Reigns brings 300 or 400,000 viewers, he brings a lot of that's a lot of viewers when you are working. Now, as far as cable ratings goes, their ratings aren't terrible for cable. And for the most part, wrestling probably never will be terrible. But if they keep going in this direction, I would not be surprised in a year or so it's just done. Because how many times can you rehash the same storylines? How many times can you rehash the same arguments, the same junk over and over again? It gets to a point where it's basic. It's like, okay, we're gonna do Survivor Series, but nothing ever changes. Like, everything is still the same as it was a year ago. No storylines have developed. Nobody has really matured. No one's really become a bigger star than they were before. Everybody's pretty much the same. And as that works, as that goes, nobody really knows. So you really have a bunch of bit players, you know. I haven't watched Raw. I have no inkling to watch Raw, and I would make the argument that I represent more of the normal viewing public than a lot of these smarts do. And what I've been hearing the whole time is, well, WWE sucks. WWE sucks. The show was so terrible. I'm like, well, why is the show terrible? All your stars are getting a run now, right? Should be no problem. But as I told you guys before, whenever they speak, they always say when their guys bomb, it's WWE's fault. When Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, guys in that ilk bomb, then it's because they just shouldn't have been in that position. So as I said before, they're in this microcosm of stupidity. But I wanted to drop in to give my opinion, to let people know, look, you know what I'm saying? This is where wrestling was going, and it's what's going to stay. And if Roman Reigns doesn't come back, they don't have anybody to fill that role. Nobody's going to bring their kids to watch freaking what's that guy, the weirdo guy, Elias. Not right now. You know, he doesn't have the commercial appeal. He does not have that crossover appeal. He does not have the cool appeal. He doesn't have that girl-like appeal. He has nothing. They don't have anybody who could replace Roman Reigns right now. Not even John Cena could step in and replace Roman Reigns right now. I mean, because like I said, Roman Reigns had the looks for the girls. He had the coolness for the casual fans, and he had the superhero look for the little kids. Who do they have that they can maybe mash 3 of them up and get some of them, but you're not gonna be able to find one guy that can do all those things. And right now they don't have a face. They don't have a guy. And as much as they try to punt this to Seth Rollins does not have the look. You know what I'm saying? He does not have the look. He's not cool. He has a weird raspy voice. and only people that like him are Smarks and some casual fans. So I don't want to crap on him. I'm just saying right now, Rollins is not the guy. So who you gonna go to? Dean Ambrose, they just turn to heel. Um, Braun Strowman has no appeal. He's just not cool. He's not cool. He has no charisma to him. He's just a big guy who people like because he beat up Roman Reigns. So Smart's only cheering for him because he beat up Roman Reigns. So now what's his appeal that Roman Reigns is gone? They only liked him because he was the alternative to Roman Reigns. But obviously WWE does not feel comfortable. He obviously isn't selling the merch that Roman Reigns was selling. So now it's really just a matter of time before he's back at the bottom again because he really has no appeal without Roman Reigns. Really, none of them have appeal without Roman Reigns. The Shield really doesn't have the appeal without Roman Reigns. I mean, Roman Reigns really pretty much had to be in the inner workings of everything they did. And now that he's gone, they really don't have much. Anyone could fill that role. As much as you hated Roman Reigns, you can't find anybody who could do what he did. So I don't know. It's amazing to me because I in my opinion wouldn't have been so fervent about rushing the guy out the door. Then the situation came up where you guys got everything you want, yet they're still complaining about what they have. They're still complaining that it should be better. They're still complaining. What do you do? You know what I'm saying? What do you do when you really when right now they're spinning their wheels? They're trying to push the girls and Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey has no charisma to her whatsoever. She moves weird. She reminds me of one of those girls who try too hard. Like there's nothing appealing about Ronda Rousey to me. There's little appealing about anybody on that roster. Like, I mean, right now that roster is the Cleveland Cavaliers without LeBron James. Dead ass serious. Like, who's on that roster that's going to make anybody pay attention? Nobody. And it's going to just keep going down. Like I said, I haven't watched Raw in 3 weeks since Roman Reigns left. I didn't even watch it the week he was there. I watched his part and then kind of just stopped watching because it was so boring. Let me be perfectly clear. Wrestling is garbage now. I mean, it is in the dumpster, and they're trying to do this girl survival. I mean, when you see Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey headlining Survivor Series, you know it's in a lower thing. Like, it's almost like if you walked into the thing and it was like, okay, so we really don't have crap to do. I mean, we're paying Ronda Rousey a whole bunch of money. Yeah, but she still's not that good. Okay, let's put her against Charlotte Flair. So yeah, well, that never works. Nobody really ever takes the women as headliners. It's crap. So they just keep going from pillar to post, trying to figure out what to do. And they have nothing. There's nothing you can do except for bow out gracefully. And we'll see what happens. But anyways, like I said, I will watch Raw this week so that I have more to talk about when I get a chance. But I really don't have time to watch Raw. I have so much on my plate. But I will try to get fast forward or whatever I had to do so I can actually give a review on it because it is brutal. I tried sitting through that show without Roman Reigns last time and it was brutal. That situation with Bobby Lashley and that guy was so horrible. The chemistry is just terrible. They don't know if they want him to be talking for Bobby Lashley or let Bobby Lashley talk a little bit. It's just awkward. That guy has zero charisma. He has zero mic presence. He has zero crowd presence. He's just terrible. And everywhere that you can be terrible, that guy they got speaking for Bobby Lashley is terrible. But I really don't see anybody else outside of Bobby Lashley really that could really fit that role. Face of the company, but if you turn Bobby Lashley heel, So for the sake of Baylor, Finn Baylor, and that shows you how popular, how good I think Finn Baylor is. I didn't even remember he was on the show. Didn't even mention him because I forgot he was on Raw. So that should tell you all you need to know about him. So regardless, though, I just want to drop in, give you guys my opinion on what I'm seeing so far, so I can kind of give you guys an update on how I'm thinking, what I'm thinking right now. Like I said, the ratings are at 2.1s in the third hour, meaning majority of people are tuning in and just saying, "I bumped that. I'm done. I'm gone." As a reference, when Roman Reigns left, their third hour was at a 2. I mean, their first hour was at a 2.9. So they went from a 2.9. Now their first hour is 2.6. So they're steady dropping, and you can tell it's a steady downward tick. Don't be misled by the fact that they say that it's been an uptick because they're talking about from where it was last week, which means because last week it was a low. So as I said before, wrestling looks like it's going into dumpster. So and they deserve it because I feel like a lot of them were just idiotic. Anyway, they treated Roman Reigns when he was there, and now a lot of them are starting to see how valuable he actually was. But please comment, let me know what you think. Please, if you haven't been doing it, let people know about my new channel. Links thumbs it up, like it, and comment. All right, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.